This week we have Mercury the Messenger moving into intellectual Libra. We have Venus, ruler of love and relationships, moving into discerning Virgo. And we've got a whole lot of other things going on astrologically. All of this and more, plus an empowered moment in my new intuitive astrology empowered moments video for the week of Monday, October 2nd through Sunday, October 8th. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment. We're going to be talking about a lot of different astrological energies this week. We're going to be also looking at messages from our angels and guides, and we're going to be looking at a special message card depending on your stone of choice a little bit later on. But before we do all of that, let's go ahead and start with an empowered moment. So if you close your eyes, relax your body, clear your mind of all thoughts. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you're letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Seeing or visualizing golden white light all around you, this universal life force of energy from Creator Source God. Breathing that in deeply into every cell of your body. And as you exhale, imagine a grounding cord coming out of your root chakra and going down deep through the layers of Earth Mother Gaia, all the way down to the center of the earth, where she lovingly and gently takes your grounding cord and plugs it into her crystalline heart chakra. This time as you breathe in, you're breathing up through that grounding cord, Earth Mother Gaia's nurturing, loving, healing elixir of light from the center of the earth. Breathing it all the way up through the grounding cord, and as you exhale, it's being dispersed throughout all of your energy bodies and up through all of your chakras, bringing healing energies to wherever they need to go. And this week, we have 2 planets shifting into new signs of the zodiac. We have Mercury the Messenger, ruler of thoughts, perceptions, communications, moving into intellectual, communication-oriented Libra, and Venus, ruler of love, relationships, money, and finances, moving into discerning earth sign Virgo. So let's set the intention as Mercury moves into Libra this week that all of our future communications and interactions with others are met with equality, fairness, compromise, and kindness. Breathing that intention into every cell of your body. And that Mercury in Libra will allow us to have those communications that we need to in order to clear the air in any and all of our relationships, so that we bring things back into a sense of fairness and equality, mutual satisfaction, with mutual support and understanding from one another. Breathe in that intention, again, into every cell of your body. Exhale. And shifting your attention now to Venus, moving into Virgo. Venus, ruler of partnerships, personal resources, moving into discerning and sometimes critical earth sign Virgo. But let's set the intention that instead of judgment and criticism, Venus and Virgo just looks at all of the various details to make sure that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. That in matters of the heart regarding relationships, she's able to see all the pieces of the puzzle and how they need to fit together. And in matters of money and finances, she uses the eagle eye to see all that she needs to see, to understand all that she needs to understand, using her heightened powers of discernment in order to make appropriate decisions. And breathe that intention into every cell of your body. Thank your angels and guides for their assistance now and in the upcoming days. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and return to this time and place and space. And let's get ready to look at our stones of choice for this week. All right, so our first stone of choice is this beautiful malachite special intention pendant. This is just so beautiful. It's wrapped in gold wire and Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, the number of the light worker and the spiritual leader. And the number 8, number of abundance, prosperity, and empowerment. The energy of the planet Jupiter, ruler of expansion and blessings. The element fire for inspiration, passion, and leadership. The energy of Archangel Raziel is in Reiki infused into this one. The Archangel of divine magic and alchemy and manifestation. And the energy of Archangel Michael, who assists us with confidence, courage, and removing blocks to the next step on our highest and most important destiny path. All right, pendant number 2 is beautiful blue apatite. Isn't that beautiful? Very intricate here with the wiring. It's wrapped in silver and Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 22, the number of proper use of power and manifestation of goals on the third dimensional plane. The qualities of the planet Jupiter again, planet of expanding into one's knowledge and truth. The energies of the sign of Pisces to connect one to their past lives and increase one's psychic perceptions and abilities. And the energies of Archangel Metatron, the archangel that assists us in connecting to our own Akashic records to gain access and understanding to our soul patterns and gifts. And then pendant number 3 is this beautiful mini selenite wand. And this is wrapped in silver wire as well. It's Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, number of the light worker, psychic insights and perceptions and balanced leadership. The planet Uranus, ruler of change, redirection, and higher God mind energy. The fire element of passion, creativity, and fast-moving energies. This one's infused with major arcana, the star, the essence of making plans for the future and manifesting your dreams. Also, Archangel Michael's energy infused into this, archangel that helps us to cut the cords to the past and move forward to our highest destiny path. It also has Archangel Raziel's energy, archangel of psychic abilities, divine magic and alchemy, and connection to all those of the angelic realm. So again, our pendants of choice for this week is the malachite, the blue apatite, and the selenite. Okay, so let's talk about the astrology of the week. There's lots going on here, and a lot of them are what's called inconjuncts. And let me just say right off the bat, an inconjunct aspect can be considered difficult and challenging because the 2 planets involved are in signs of the zodiac that don't really get along all that well. They don't have anything in common, and so it's hard for them to find some sort of common ground. But when we start out here, let's start out with Monday, the 2nd of October. We actually start with Mercury, the planet of the mind, the mental realm. It is still in Virgo at this point, which is its ruling sign. So it's more comfortable here, although it did just go through a Mercury retrograde cycle. So it might have been a little wonky for some of you out there in the last 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. But Mercury in Virgo should be out of its shadow by now from the Mercury retrograde, and it's opposing Neptune. Neptune can be about illusion, confusion, delusion. It can be about fantasy, imagination, and dreams. It rules the spiritual realm, so to me it rules magic and miracles, but it can rule this feeling of being ungrounded. And since we're talking about Mercury, planet of the mind, we might feel a little fuzzy, we might feel a little confused, we might feel a little ungrounded in our thought processes. Or conversely, we might feel very creative and inspiring and this beautiful kind of magical, inspirational energy, I think. Okay, on Tuesday, the 3rd of October, Mercury in Virgo is in a positive trine to Pluto. Pluto is about power or empowerment. Pluto is about death and rebirth, transformation and regeneration. And so I feel like we will be empowered in our thoughts, empowered in our minds, empowered with our ideas, and have empowered communications with other people. This is a strong connection here as far as having conversations with others. You might have to be careful to not overpower the other person. Make sure there's this give and take with listening and talking with the other person. But this can go actually fairly well, or we can take our power back in a conversation if we need to. Also on the 3rd of October, we have Venus, ruler of love, relationships, money, and finances. She's still in Leo at this point. Now, she just went through a retrograde cycle not too long ago as well, where she was trying to find her sense of inner value, where she was trying to find her inner sense of self-worth and appreciation of herself. And hopefully that would then spill out in a domino effect to bring in appreciation and gratitude and kindness from others as well, that others would value her. But first it started with Venus valuing herself. Now, Venus in Leo is in an inconjunct, so here's the first inconjunct of the week, to Neptune. Neptune's in Pisces. So Venus is in a fire sign, Neptune is in a water sign. Fire and water, they don't really mix all that well. And this could really bring up some confusing situations in a relationship or in a financial matter. And it doesn't have to last very long. So just know that there might be some short-term confusion or not seeing something clearly, or issues with, again, appreciation, gratitude, creative self-expression in some way, shape, or form. Again, conversely, creative self-expression might be off the charts and might be really inspired by divine energy. So it's just how we kind of put those energies together and how we're going to utilize them, how we're going to perceive them, and decide how we want them to work. On Wednesday, the 4th of October, Mercury is moving out of Virgo and into Libra until October 22nd. So Mercury, again, rules the mind, thoughts, perceptions, ideas, communications. It's moving into the partnership sign of Libra. So you can see that the focus here for the next few weeks is going to be on relationships and having communications and conversations, and hopefully that they're on an equal and balanced footing, because Libra likes balance and equality. She's also about compromise, and she's looking for some sort of justice in the end. So hopefully our conversations kind of bring that to us. On Thursday the 5th, Mercury in Libra is in an inconjunct to Saturn. So here we are again with Libra is an air sign where Mercury is. Pisces, where Saturn is a water sign. So now we have water and air, and they don't necessarily have too much in common either. Now, Saturn can sometimes be a restrictive, limiting energy. It can bring forth some karmic lessons. So we are talking about Mercury here. So there might be some karmic lessons in regards to how we're communicating with others, what we're communicating with others, or just how the conversation is unfolding and flowing. Also on Thursday the 5th, Mars in Libra is in conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So you can see there's lots of inconjuncts happening here. So Mars is forward movement, energy, action. It's in the sign of Libra, so he's funneling his energies into partnerships and relationships and hopefully balance and equality. But that inconjunct to Neptune can bring in a little bit of confusion, or that's not the situations being kind of unclear, not having solid footing, just kind of being unsure, either within yourself or within the situation of what's happening and what needs to happen and how we need to proceed. On Friday the 6th, we've got Venus in Leo, and it's in conjunct Pluto. So Pluto can be about some power and control issues, but it's also about transformation and change. So Venus here, the divine feminine, she has an opportunity to take back her power or empower herself, to be recognized and appreciated for who she is. She might not get it from the other people outside of her, but she can definitely bring it to herself. That's where the power of Pluto comes in. We want to take back our power and own that. In money matters or situations like that, again, there might be some sort of transformation and changes going on. We need to make some adjustments in regards to financial matters. But in the end, after, a few days and that passes, it can all work out. On Saturday the 7th, we've got the Sun in Libra, and it is in conjunct Jupiter in Taurus. So now, again, we've got air sign Libra and earth sign Taurus, where Jupiter is, trying to get along here, trying to find some common ground. Jupiter's about our belief systems, the way we perceive things, the big picture of how we see things. Again, we're dealing with relationships. So we got Mercury in Libra, Mars is in Libra, the Sun is in Libra. It's all about all kinds of relationships, romantic and business and friendship and family, co-workers, any type of interactions with others. So we're needing to shift our perceptions and belief systems regarding what's going on. If there's anything that doesn't seem to be on solid ground, or there's just some confusion or difficulties with all these inconjuncts, we just need to shift how we're looking at something or seeing something, or shift the actions that we're taking, shift the timing of something in order to expand into that bigger picture. On Sunday the 8th, we've got Mars in Libra, and it's in a challenging connection to Pluto in Capricorn. This is a big wow. Mars is the warrior and Pluto is the transformer, and they're in a challenging connection to one another. And again, with Mars being in Libra, it could have something to do with interactions with others. This is some big shift, some big transformation, some big death and rebirth energies that are coming into play within our lives and in our interactions with others. And then also on Sunday the 8th, Venus, again, ruler of love, relationships, money, finances, values, and how we value ourselves, is finally moving out of Leo, where she's been for many weeks because she had that retrograde motion in Leo. Now it's moving into Virgo until November 8th. So the divine feminine is going to be a lot more picky, a lot more detail-oriented, a lot more discerning, making a plan, creating a strategy, again, dotting her I's, crossing her T's, taking her time step by step. So that's a little bit about the astrology, and there was a lot of it. Let's take a look at the messages from our angels and guides from, did I even show you? The Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. This is what we're using for the collective message. And then when we get to our special message card, it's going to be the Yin Yang Oracle deck. And it says Stellara at the bottom, but I've also seen online that it says it's by a company or something called Lilith Designs. All right, back to the collective message. Let's turn over the first card. And interesting that we have the star card. So if you've not watched my monthly video yet for the month of October, definitely do so. The month of October vibrates numerologically to the star card. This is Major Arcana 17, and October is a universal month of a 17. So it's interesting that we lead out, this week or this month with the star card. It's ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is about the future. And this is kind of what the star card is about. It's about our hopes and dreams and wishes for the future. Aquarius is let's beat to our own drum, beat to the beat of our own drum. Let's be independent. Let's be our unique and individualized selves. We've got the woman here with the two containers pouring out the blessings for the future, pouring out the prosperity and abundance, which is basically to be seen on a spiritual level. This isn't about money and finances necessarily. The star card is about our hopes for the future, our dreams for the future, and moving towards those. They're kind of in a future-oriented sense. So we've come out of September with the Tower card energy. We've had the lightning bolt experience of the rug being pulled out from under us, maybe some of you. Now we're looking towards the future. What do we need to do next? What do we want to create in our lives now? What abundance do we want to manifest in our lives? And this is, again, on a spiritual level. The star card, it's up in the heavens. It's the universal energy. It's the stars, the moon, the planets. And this is something where if we believe, it really has to do with belief and trust in yourself, trust in the universe, trust in the universal flow, and trust in divine timing, and believe in yourself and what it is that you can do with the power within yourself to create these dreams, desires, hopes, wishes for the future. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the second card. The second card is also a major arcana. This is major arcana 18 and the moon. Now that's interesting because we had a full moon last week on Friday, a full moon in Aries. And it's not until next week that we'll have a new moon solar eclipse in Libra. But somehow the moon card comes up now, and this one is ruled by Pisces. So I'm going to hesitate to say that the moon cycles, the one that we just had, and the new moon solar eclipse that's upcoming next week. And then at the end of the month on October 29th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse. So I'm going to say that the moon cycles here, bringing in endings and new beginnings with those eclipses, is really important to pay attention to. But as far as for this week, this card is ruled by Pisces. And Pisces is about, again, confusion, illusion, delusion. It's also about faith and trust and miracles and magic. It rules the spiritual realm. It rules our intuitive abilities, our psychic abilities, our healing abilities. The moon is a very intuitive planet. The moon rules our emotions and our emotional body, our emotional nature. And what I'm getting from this for this week is that our emotions might be a little topsy-turvy and confused. You know, we do have a lot of those inconjunct aspects that are just bringing in like this difficulty, this challenge, this ungrounded, things don't seem to be gelling very well or fitting together very well. And I feel like that's kind of our emotions kind of going through this roller coaster ride of energy, not to mention all the moon cycles that are happening. So when we start the week, you know, we have let's focus on our hopes, dreams, and wishes for the future, but then we've got our emotions being all confused and ungrounded and uncertain and maybe insecure. We're dealing with some insecurities and, again, some uncertainties. We don't know which way to go, what to do, etc. And that's part of the Libra balance, right? Libra is about either or. It's like, do I want to go this way or that way? It's like the scales of balance. I can see pros and cons to both choices, both decisions, both paths. So you might be dealing with some of that going on in your life, and it's just, again, bringing up lots of emotional confusion energies right now. I also find it interesting, you know, we do have the water here. Again, water rules the emotional body, the emotional realm. That here can get a little confused, but with the star card, it's ruled by air, Aquarius. And, you know, here, even though it's called the water bearer, it's not a water sign, it's an air sign. These are waves of thoughts, waves of ideas, you know, inspirations, revelations that are coming in from a higher source that we need to listen to. So somehow we're needing to kind of fit together the mind and these inspirational ideas and thoughts and messages that we're getting from the universe but also somehow balance that with our emotions and the emotional fluctuations that we're going through. Let's go ahead and take a look at the last card here. Oh my gosh, it's an important week because we have 3 major arcana cards. This is major arcana 1, the Magician, and this one is ruled by Mercury. This is the glyph for Mercury. So we did have Mercury starting out the week in his home sign of Virgo for the first couple of days, but by Wednesday goes into Libra. So there's a shift in how we're thinking, a shift in our perceptions, right? We went from kind of being overly like critical and discerning regarding how we're looking at things, with it being in Virgo, which isn't a bad thing. Virgo is very logical and practical and grounded in a lot of ways. But now we're moving into that Mercury and Libra energy where we're trying to balance things out and look at both sides of a situation. And we might be vacillating because Libra, sign of the scales, can sometimes vacillate and be indecisive. But the Magician here uses his magical tools to create his own magical reality. That's kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, right? It's like, let's use all the spiritual tools we have at hand. Usually the Magician is shown with the cups, the wands, the swords, and the pentacles, which are all here. So he's got earth, water, air, and fire at his disposal, and he's using these magical tools to first visualize and think up what it is he wants to create, which is Mercury, and then using these magical tools to create and manifest the next step. So it kind of falls back on us and where our mindset is, where our beliefs are, how we're going to use our magic, our wisdom, how we're going to use the tools at our disposal, which can be time, money, friendships, other resources outside of ourselves, resources within ourselves. And as we use all of these resources in the most beneficial way, we'll be able to create magic, right? And that's what we want to do. We want to create magic and create our dreams. So all in all, this is a good message, but a very important one with all of those major arcanas. And it's going to be an interesting month with all of the eclipse energies coming up too. So let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. Okay, so that first stone of choice was the malachite. So we'll give this a little shuffle here. Special message for malachite people for the week. Special message for malachite people. This one's calling my attention sort of in the middle here. Ooh, I like it. Higher self activation, malachite people. It's time to activate your connection or solidify and strengthen your connection with your higher soul self. Your higher self knows what is the best for you, knows what is appropriate for you, knows what needs to happen to align you with your higher soul purpose or with your highest evolution and growth. Sometimes our ego mind gets in the way, our fear will get in the way, our insecurities will get in the way. But if we, through meditation, connect and reconnect often with our higher self, which is always there, right? Our higher self is always there, but sometimes we can feel a little bit more distant from it or disconnected from it if we're dealing with too much confusion and we're not paying attention to our own spiritual connectedness to the cosmos, universe, God, goddess, whatever you want to call that energy outside of yourself. So we have to remind ourselves to reconnect with our higher self. And your higher self, your soul's higher self, will give you the messages that you need, the guidance that you need, the direction that you need. And you can see she's got open hands here. She's open to the messages from the universe. She's open to the guidance and the direction that's being given from the universe. And there's magic happening here, right? It's like this magical energy that's occurring. This can also be your higher self giving out to others this magical energy. So the more connected you're to your higher self, if you're someone who is in service to other people through your job or career in some way, shape, or form, stay connected to your higher self with all of these fluctuating energies that are happening this month, so you can be of service in the best way possible to everyone else as well. But again, connect to your higher self to receive as well. Let's put that back in the deck. And the next stone of choice was the apatite, the blue apatite. Special message for blue apatite people for this week. Okay, this one's calling my attention, actually. You know what? This one and this one, I don't know. They're both calling. All right. So, that makes a lot of sense. I can't even believe I picked those two. That's so funny. This is comfort zone with our south node, clinging to the past, clinging to what we're comfortable with, clinging to old ways of being or operating, old situations, old people. It's like we're clinging to the past with the south node, and I can't believe this is the north node. This is where we're supposed to be going. This is about our cosmic purpose. So for the apatite people, it's like, do you want to stay in the past, or do you want to, kind of ground yourself into the past, go back into the past in some way, shape, or form, either with situations and people or within your own patterns and subconscious, way of thinking and believing and feeling? Or, and this is definitely the or is it time to move forward into your cosmic purpose, into the future, into something new? Might be outside of your comfort zone with the north node, but the north node is what we're supposed to be aspiring towards as a soul. It's what our soul came in to experience or move towards or become. And so this is such a powerful message, you guys. This can sometimes feel safe, even if we know it's not good for us, whatever that might be. It just feels more comfortable and safe sometimes. And this is where we're needing to go. This is what we're supposed to be doing, having a new experience on some level. Okay? All right, let's put those two cards back and let's go to the selenite. Okay, special message for the selenite people for this week. Selenite people. Oh, this one's calling my attention. And, everybody had great messages. This is alchemy and ancestor guides. So alchemy is where we take a situation or an energy and we turn it into something different, something potentially better. The old alchemists turned lead into gold. It's like taking that lead and transforming it magically into gold, something more precious, something more desirable. So you're here to alchemize yourself, your situation, your circumstances, to change the energy dynamic within yourself and, again, in situations around you, shift it into something different. And sometimes it takes, again, that magic, that leap of faith, that trust that we're going to be able to shift it into something better. Your ancestor guides are definitely with you. Some of you most likely have some Native American ancestor guides, as she looks very Native American here. So call on whoever your ancestor guides are. They might be Lemurian, they might be Native American, they might be Celtic, they might be star being, star family of the light. Whatever that is for you, know that your ancestor guides are here to help you and guide you. They're here to assist you in that process of alchemy to, again, transform your life. And you can kind of see it where the dark clouds are behind her, but there's a break in the clouds and brighter days on the horizon here. There's, a break with more sunlight coming through in front of her. So leave the past behind, leave the darker negative energies behind, if you will, and take that situation or that energy for what it taught you. That's part of the alchemy part, right? We're going to take it. We're not going to dismiss it or hide it, but we're going to take what it is that we needed to understand from it, but then we're going to alchemize and transform it and manifest something different. Manifest the break in the clouds, the new horizons, the new sunny days, the future that lies ahead of us, the sunlight that's kind of shining through. So call upon your ancestor guides and let's all move forward. So all of the stones this week had wonderful, beautiful messages. I'm so happy about that. And I send you lots of love and light, everyone, and many, many blessings. Namaste.